Hello, this is Josh Hunter. I'm here on the planet Earth, and gonna try and work something out. I do a lot of internal analysis. Whenever I'm trying to figure something out, I just do it in my head, and sometimes I take notes. Want to try something else because you gotta, I don't know, because when you're thinking, that's an environment. Okay, your mental thought process, that's an environment. When you're writing something down, that's an environment. So, the environment of writing, like, these are like different areas. So I'm gonna try and work something out right here, live. So something that I often think about is what does friendship mean to me? Now, at first, you might be asking, "Oh, you're talking about the thing that you do when you've almost won at in Mortal Kombat, right? You're gonna try and do a friendship move, or I don't know if they still do that in Mortal Kombat. It's maybe babyality is probably what I'd be more proficient at. Anyway, so I'm out here all the time, and I'm thinking to myself, I should really try and like make friends. It would be like a good idea, right? But then I think about, like, well, what happened to all my other friends? What happened to all these people? Why couldn't I be friends with them? I mean, that seems like I don't want to, waste. Well, I'm fucking like a million years old, and everyone's married and with kids, and nobody wants to fucking hang out with a guy who made nothing of himself. So why? I mean, I'm working this out, okay? This is like a dialogue, but I thought maybe you want to see, this is like, this is my version of like a tasteful nude. Although technically, I don't think I could ever be naked. I mean, it's like kind of impossible. Once you get to know me, you'll realize I'm very clothed on some of the deepest levels. Like, sometimes I'm wondering, like, if Inception were real, like, I would, when they get to like when they're trying to like hack my mind and find, like, oh, what's this guy really like? When we peel back this onion, what are we gonna find at the center? What's with all these layers? I have a couple of gifts that I left there, so for when they do try to, for if they try to hack my mind or my soul, I've left gifts there and presents. Tentatively titled "Gifts for People Who Won't Mind Their Own Business," and it's a little special I'm working on, Fuck. All right. So anyway, I used to be very good at making friends, but it wasn't that I was good at making friends. I was good at believing that I had friends. There's a difference between having friends and believing that you have friends. And I'm not like bitter, I'm not like, oh, people should have been better. I feel like I'm being a ham. I'm not gonna ham. I'm gonna do this straight. Okay, all right. I feel like I thought that I was good at making friends, but it was just really, it was environment, it was like, you go to school with the same people all the time, and then you just happen to be there, and then, and so then I got to think to myself, what do I need friends for? Like, what's the point? And you figure if I have to ask that question, maybe I shouldn't be having friends. Like, what do you mean, why do you have friends? Well, I don't let anyone, there's no, the world is full of so many different types of people, and how can you really trust someone? I mean, these guys, I remember one time, was doing some extra credit, or extracurricular. I was a tutor. In 8th grade, I signed up to be a tutor for 7th graders, and so I was tutoring these kids, and it was after school. I didn't have to do it. Like, it was just like out of the goodness, out of the goodness of my heart, I thought perhaps I help the children while they are, in the forming phase. They're only like 1 year younger than me, but I figure, my heart is so good. Maybe goodness. Sorry. See, I don't feel like I was being a ham just then. Okay, that feels natural. Like, that's like, because you can't be concerned about whether or not it's gonna be funny. Okay, because then you're doing entertainment. I'm not saying this is show business, but I'm saying all that matters is how does it sound to your ears. Anyway, so I've been tutoring these kids, and then one day I come in to help them out, and I guess they had all arranged this or something. I mean, it wasn't like some big thing or whatever, but I go to sit down, and they pull the chair from underneath me, and I fall down, and all these kids start laughing at me, and I'm like they're like, we got him, And I'm not getting paid for this. Like, this is of no benefit to me. It is literally only of benefit to everyone around me. And then I left, and then I stopped tutoring them, and I said, all right, well, this is not my deal. And then, afterwards they were like, hey, come back, tutor us, please, we want to be tutored. They didn't use that tone, because that's like kind of like, it'd be kind of like an advanced sarcasm, oh, please, come back and tutor us. But I didn't, and I saw the guy later on, actually. It's one of the few people I saw while I was homeless, transient, and I saw him in downtown LA, and I'm like, funny, like, that I would be seeing you here. I mean, it's like, actually, you know what, because I mentioned, yeah, that's right, he was one of the few people I did talk to, but as usual, I didn't really believe him. You gotta understand, like, when I think about friendship, like when I think about people, like, if the roles were reversed, and like I'm walking by and I see someone who I have even the remotest connection to, or like I'm not gonna be able to just like walk by. I'm not gonna just like make a light offer and then walk away. Like, I can't do that. That's not. And I think that's maybe the issue. Like, I got different definitions of friendship, and I'm not knocking anyone. I'm not saying you should have been a better person to me because I was, and why didn't you do this? And no. I understand. I don't know if I understand, but I do not hold other people to the standard that I hold myself, because as far as I know, I don't have to wake up and see everyone in the world every fucking day. But I do have to wake up and see myself. And I have to live with my memories of what I've done, and my reactions to certain things, and I need to. I'm not the kind of person, like, I'm not gonna. For example, let me tell you something that might be kind of, I don't know if it'll be scary to you, but about 2 years. I think it was 2015. It was in 2015. Sometimes I was using this phrase. I was talking to. There's a phrase that you sometimes say. It's called, well, let's just call a spade a spade, and and that means like to make something plain. Just call a thing for what it is. And I was trying to say this a couple of times, like I couldn't say it. Like there was something like gripping me. Like it was like, don't say that. And I bowed to it. I said, well, all right, I guess I won't say it. And then one day, like 2 years later, I'm sitting on this bench in Hollywood, and I'm listening to my radio, and it's like, Kate Spade had committed suicide, and I'm like, she's the, I think, sister-in-law to David Spade, and I thought to myself, well, Now you might say, oh, you're making this connection. Maybe there's no connection there, but I mean, it was literally like I was like there was something telling me don't say, and I maybe that's how I interpreted it. But I would kept on saying I would try and say let's just call a spade a spade. Let's call it and but there's like an indicator, like a ping, like a sonar or whatever. And I had 2 years, I had 2 years to, but when you're not paying attention to your internal signals or even your external signals, then and I think to myself, could I have done something? Like, is there? I mean, who am I? Fucking nobody. But I'm just saying, like, 2015. That must have happened 2017, I think. I had 2 years if I'd been paying attention to do something. And I mean, what do you mean do something? Like, how was I supposed to interpret it until the thing actually happened? Well, there's always something. There's always some type of indicator. So I couldn't. I couldn't live with myself if I could have done something that would have. I mean, it would have cost me so much less to assist in that type of thing than to not. It's more expensive to not do something if that makes. I'm not referring to money, but and I didn't know anything about her. I still don't. I mean, I don't. Anyway, so this type of thing happens, whereas like you get like your life or whatever you want to call it gives you some type of clear signal, like, hey, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna let this happen, And let's see what else there was. Yeah, and just before, I'm not saying these things are connected. No, I can't even, because sometimes people like me who are just always looking for some type of always looking for the connection. You want to make a mountain out of a molehill or something, and that's another phrase I had a little trouble saying. It's a joke. I wouldn't call it a joke. It's just what did all right, there's a movie called Mission Impossible, and the character's name is oh, dang it, oh, fuck, nah, all right. Son of a bitch. Okay, yeah, that's why I. So anyway, so what are my responsibilities? Is what I have to, what do I? Okay. All right, what am I doing? Okay, friendship. That's right, friendship. So should I have friends? That's a question. Because if I'm a person who shouldn't have friends, then I should be living in some different way. I shouldn't even be. There should be some kind of sign that says "Don't be friends with me." And I think there must already be a sign like that or something. Yeah, damn it. I got to. What am I to do? How long ago was that? That was years. I had years for that. When did I come up with that? That was 2018. All right. Okay. All right. So, what am I? Sorry, I had this whole thing, and you might be wondering, well, what did you realize? It doesn't matter what I fucking realized. Okay, the point is, I don't know. What's the point? What's today? It's the. Well, whatever you are, or whoever you are, good luck.